it's a special day in Madison and a bittersweet one.
Rejoining us now is Mayor Satya Rose Conway and our very own Neil Heinen, whose retirement starts tomorrow. Madam Mayor, we'll toss it to you.
Thank you so much. And Neil, we have a little something special for you. I don't know if you can see, but we've got a proclamation signed by me, and it's a little long, so I'm just going to get right to it, okay? So here's the mayoral proclamation. Whereas Neil Heinen started his career in journalism in 1978, the year he returned to college at the age of 27 after his meandering path through young adulthood. One lost semester at St. Norbert's College in 1969 was followed by 4 years of hippie life while working at a Milwaukee psychiatric hospital. And when he moved to Madison in 1974, he spent 4 years kicking around, clerking at a liquor store, tending bar, and cooking at a State Street restaurant, working as an actor in a comedy troupe. I didn't know that, Neil. He returned to school in '78 and decided to pursue journalism and was soon working part-time at WIBA Radio. Received his diploma in 1982, and by that time he was a full-time reporter for WIBA and was eventually promoted to assistant news director. He actually called Tom Beer from a payphone on a street in Door County in 1985 to tell him that he was interested in the open state capitol reporter job, but never received a call back. 2 years later, he received an offer for the newly created news assignment manager job, and for 5 years, Beer, Steve Cohn, and Heinen ran the WISC-TV newsroom. And whereas, after 12 years of experience in the market, he was named host, moderator, anchor of For the Record in February 1989, he has hosted 1,500 shows, with guests ranging from every governor, mayor, county executive, and UW president and chancellor to Monte Irvin, Jane Goodall, the original Marlboro Man, and Cindy Crawford. It's quite a list. And this Sunday after 9/11, he made it back from an aborted National Conference of Editorial Writers in Pittsburgh in time to host a live one-hour show. And whereas, in the late summer of 1991, Beer wanted to start doing editorials, and Neil wanted the job. They put together a plan, secured approval, created the position of WISC-TV editorial director, including the makeup of the editorial board. And the first editorial aired on April 3rd, 1992. Shortly after that, Neil left the newsroom to devote full time to editorials and community affairs. Neil has written roughly 7,300 editorials over 28 years, more than 1.2 million words. His job grew constantly over the years. He assumed the role of organizer and facilitator of the community leaders meetings. The Children's Task Force was part of executing the strategic corporate community relationships along with George Neslin. He was involved in the planning and completion of future Madison housing, Monona Terrace Community and Convention Center, Overture Center for the Arts, Cole Center, and the project in which he takes special pride, the Capitol East District, just to name a few. He helped to establish We the People, as well as political panels for every major election night program for more than 20 years. Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Shirley Abramson created the first Wisconsin Media and Courts Task Force and served as the Wisconsin Supreme Court Media Coordinator for 10 years. He joined the National Broadcast Editorial Association in 1992. He helped facilitate the merger of the National Conference of Editorial Writers. He co-hosted that National Conference of Editorial Writers in 1997 and chaired several committees, was recruited, nominated, and elected to the board, and was elected to the leadership chain at their convention in Chicago. As is typical of the NCEW elections, the two candidates for secretary who would rise to president in 4 years were asked to introduce keynote speakers. When Studs Terkel was too sick to speak, Heinen had to pivot and have lunch with and introduce the replacement, hotshot Illinois State Senator Barack Obama. As president, Neil Heinen presided over the convention in Kansas City in 2007 and helped craft the plan to transition NCEW to AOJ, the Association of Opinion Journalists. And he was elected president of the AOG Foundation in 2010 and served for 2 years. And in 2013, he received AOJ's highest honor and was named a life member. And whereas Neil was recruited to join the clinical faculty at the Kettering Foundation and has done work there for about 20 years. He was a community scholar at Edgewood College, where he taught for 15 years, and he is especially proud of honors from the Urban League of Greater Madison, La Movida, and the Madison Community Foundation Community Asset Builders Award, the UW-Madison School of Journalism Distinguished Service Award, and the city of Madison's Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Humanitarian Award. He also won awards from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and the Milwaukee Press Club. Heinen served on the advisory committee of and received a Distinguished Alumni Award from Leadership Greater Madison. And the panels, meetings, debates, conferences, and community conversations Heinen has hosted and facilitated and moderated number in the hundreds. And whereas Neil started writing for Madison Magazine in 2000, agreed to serve as interim editor in 2004, and served as editor for a few years after that. And Neil has been editorial director since then and has written more than 400 magazine stories and columns. Heinen continues to mentor, support, and encourage so many young journalists over his 33 years and continues to find great joy in those relationships. Now, therefore, be it resolved, because of the amazing things that you have done in the course of your career and all of what I have just read, that I, Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, on behalf of the residents of Madison, Wisconsin, do hereby proclaim September 15th, 2020, as Neil Heinen Day in the city of Madison. Congratulations, Neil, and thank you so much for your work.
Is that all you've done, Neil?
I'm tired.
Oh, my goodness.
Mayor, thank you very much for taking the time to do this. It's really special. You and I just got out of a meeting together, for crying out loud. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for your work, and congratulations on your retirement.
Congratulations, Neil. Mayor, thank you for your time.
Mayor, they're very gracious of you with all you have going on right now. Thank you so much.
Neil, we'll see you around.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark and Susan.
All right.
Take care, Mark and
All right.
Susan.
Thank you.